Tribal was great. It was risky, but we pulled it off. And now I'm in a much better position than I was before Tribal. And that's the beauty of this game. It just shows you how quickly things can turn. Now, for us, well, for me in particular, I need to know, well, with 3 Tribal Councils to go, who's the best option for me to take to the end. Now, the only one I'm very, conclusive on that I have to take to the end is Abby. I think she has zero chance of winning this game, and I think it's a perfect competitor to go up against. And out of the others, I'm not really sure. But overall, my initial target should just be to get there in the first place. And to do that, I need to think of a plan. Well done, guys. We managed to get the job done last Tribal. Yeah, good result from us, really. So how do we feel? It's kind of obvious that at the moment it's 3v3. However, I'm not sure about Roger. He might flip. I'm not sure because he didn't want to go. I'm pretty sure he didn't want to go against you, did he? Well, I presume that thinking about Peter and Damien, they probably wouldn't have just chucked Abby's name out there as a scapegoat because they thought she was a threat. It's probably because Roger had something to do with it. Just thinking outside the box there. That makes sense. So Roger might be the person we need to flip, and if we get him to flip, we need to take out Peter. Yeah, that makes the most sense. In my opinion, there is one idol remaining in the game, and it's going to be difficult. It could have been played, I don't know what idol that was. Now, I presume since Damien played it, it was the beauty idol, but in that case, the merge idol was still hidden. And that obviously worries me, because if it is in the hands of Peter, then that obviously complicates things. If it's in the hands of somebody else, that could further complicate things as well. However, we just need to push forward. It's 3v3 at the moment. The plan is to get Roger on board and take out Peter. Alright, so we're coming up to that point where we need to think the best time to strike to take out Roger is. You still want to take him out? I think he's the best move at the moment because, well, Peter and Abby, they'll feel like they're in a very desperate situation. They'll feel like they're on the bottom because, well, they didn't have things go their way last Tribal. And in my opinion, Peter himself will do anything to just get through a vote. That's how I view his character at the moment. So I reckon we get everyone to vote for Roger. It takes Roger out and it gives us the majority in the next round. I just think taking Roger to the end is too bad for us because, well, he's strong. He's won an immunity challenge, so he can beat me. And also he's social. He has a chance of winning the masses and final Tribal. I see what you mean. I mean, you did talk about this earlier, but I guess that way it kind of suits our game plan. So I don't wish to, well, get cocky here, but I have a feeling I have a good chance of making it to the end and winning. Now, obviously I need to power through 3 more Tribal Councils, and I can do that by winning necklaces, but that's not guaranteed. I need to work on my strategic game. Now that might put a massive target on my back, but I think the sacrifice needs to happen if I have any chance of winning this game. If I can take Roger out, then I count that as a good move on my part. Now, I like Roger, right? And that's the biggest problem. He's easy to like. I wanted to tell Kelly over Madison because I feel like Madison and Roger are close. They've worked with each other a couple times, and I believe that, well, Peter and Damien wouldn't have voted Abby for no reason. I think it was Roger who convinced them to vote Abby over Madison. I'm not sure, but that's just how I feel. So overall, I want to take up Roger now, but if Madison finds out, that could be bad. If you are in, that's great, but Madison can't know about this. Why not? Well, I feel like she's close with Roger, and I think if she figures out, she'll retaliate and try and make something against me, in particular, even you, for even considering it. I'm not sure. But it's not, if she figures it out, that's bad. I guess that makes sense. Well, I'll keep it a secret. So, one thing you need to know about Survivor, it never slows down. And Nick is now on to target Roger. Now, he's talked about it for a while, and his plan, it's not necessarily bad, it's actually pretty good. Because if Roger goes, and it gives me, Madison and Nick a majority over Peter and Abby. However, I don't know if that will work because if Nick takes out Roger, who's close with Madison, that will burn some bridges. I don't think he necessarily understands that. Now, I'm not surprised. He hasn't done much strategic thinking so far. But if he doesn't realise that, that makes it hard for me to work with him, because overall, he is physical and he could get to the end just by winning challenges, which is something I think the juries really respect. And overall, I think he's overlooking the fact that he's a threat himself, and he's putting himself out there in a dangerous place, that if he could get to the end, he could win because he's such a big threat. So we need to consider maybe taking him out. If you take Roger out next, that will probably burn bridges with Madison. She won't want to work with you after that. You might be right, but I don't necessarily see it that way. I don't think she wants to work with Peter and Abby. Right? If we take Roger out, she has a choice. She'll probably be in the middle. However, I think she has better connections with us than she does have with Peter and Abby. And if Peter and Abby also vote Roger, then what she's meant to do? I guess, but you mastermind it. I mean, we could potentially try and make her convinced that Peter masterminded the move. Well, I guess that could work. It's just a bit of a risk. I know it's a risk, but you've got to take risks in this game at some point. I don't think Kelly fully understands really the move I'm trying to pull off here. I'm trying to get everybody other than Madison and Roger to vote for Roger, and if that happens, then Madison comes back and she'll look at me and say, oh, I don't really want to work with you, but I don't really want to work with them either. And I like you more, so I'd rather work with you guys. Now, I'm not sure that's 100% going to happen, but I have to take the risk. I feel like if I let Roger wander his way to the end, he will beat me. And I have to take out the person I think will beat me after all, because otherwise I definitely have zero chance of winning this game. Hey Roger, what are you doing? I'm just cooking some rice. I mean, we're gonna survive somehow. True. Can I try? Sure, let me show you how to do it. You're gonna be careful, don't hold it too close, otherwise you'll overcook it. Like this? Perfect. Survivor is a war of attrition, right? You're never gonna get it right. It's always gonna be back and forth, back and forth. I need to ensure myself that I'm not out of the game yet. I might not be in the best position that I was before last tribal, but I'm not out of it yet. And I know I need to retaliate somehow. I could try and take out one of those guys, of Madison, Kelly, and Nick, but I need to flip one of them. However, I could just try and convince them to vote Roger, because as I see it, Roger gets along well with everybody, and I think taking him out wouldn't be a stupid move. Okay, so outside the social stuff, how do you feel in the game? I don't 100% think I've done enough, and I'm a little bit surprised about the vote I got last tribal. I'll come clean, it was me. Why? Okay, so Peter and Damien told me that there could be an idle play, and if there is, I should vote for Madison. Just, check a vote on Madison in case. You know what I mean? Yeah, like a scapegoat. Yes, but I didn't want to vote for Madison because I feel like I had a better connection with her over you, I will be honest. But I will say that my connection with you is growing, so, if something like that is to happen again, which, high chance it won't, but, it might, you never know, I probably would consider putting a vote on Madison, because over the last few days I think I've gotten to know you a bit better. Okay, well, thank you for being honest. I will say that I feel like you need to be careful. About what? Well, I think people are observing your gameplay now. It's very subtle, but I think people will catch on that you're a very social player really quickly. Huh. Well, I guess you're right. Maybe I should be a bit careful. Roger brings a lot of dad vibes to this tribe, and I respect that. I guess someone has to do it. He's a great guy though, and I think even though he voted for me, I think he's got my best interest at heart. So overall, I don't mind telling him I think he's going to be a bit wary. Now, I'm not saying that if the time comes, I might have to vote for him, and that would kill me because it is a tough vote to do, but I got to remember this is a game of Survivor and you're not really here to make friends. But I guess it doesn't do me any harm by warning him because, after all, I do want to still try and help him because he's a great guy. Madison? Yeah? I've just heard from Abby that I have to be careful because people might view my social game as a bit threatening. What do you think? I haven't heard anything. Did she say that she'd heard anything? No, but she just kind of considered that because I'm playing so social, people will take my game into consideration and probably try and vote me out. Huh. Well, if the time comes, I won't do it. I'll just tell you that. You've got one person here out of 6 that won't vote for you, well, that's 5 that won't vote for you, so I feel like you'll be alright. I don't think Callie will do it either if I'm not going to do it. Nick, I'm not quite sure about though. So worst case scenario, it might be 3-3. Can I tell you something? Yeah? I have the merge item. Well, that turned out better than I expected. Why did you tell me? Because I trust you. If things go south, you'll tell me, right? Yes. Madison's the first person I've told about my idol, and I intend to keep it that way. I mean, she's the only person I truly trust. I feel a bit nervous because if things don't go my way, you know, I could be going home, but since Madison knows about it, people might tell Madison, oh, we're voting for Roger tonight, you should do the same. And then she'll come and tell me that people are voting for me. And then I play my idol for, I don't know, whoever really, and then I'm safe and somebody I wanted out goes. So it's a pretty simple plan with somebody on the inside. So I think I played that correct. If I keep it a secret from everybody, I could be going home, you know, because I don't have that much information by myself. Are you ready to get to your 6th immunity challenge? Yeah. For today's challenge, you each are going to balance on these planks for as long as possible. At regular intervals, you're going to move further down the plank, making it harder to balance. Last person standing will win immunity, safe from the vote. Losers, trouble council, where somebody will be the 13th person voted out of this game and the 6th member of the jury. Alright, we'll draw for spots and we'll get started. Okay, everybody is in position and this challenge is on. Another classic balancing challenge. We love them here at Survivor. We're now at the final 6. Half of you will be eliminated while the other half will make it to the end. So this challenge could be crucial. Alright, we've passed the first 5 minutes. Move further down the plank. So now it gets a little harder. This challenge is hard because if you put too much weight on your feet, that plank will tip and you'll be out of the challenge. Everybody is still hanging on strong, it seems. Well, just as I say that, Roger's plank starts to tip. And Roger falls. He's the first person out of this challenge. Well, after Roger's elimination from this game, everybody, it's been 10 minutes now. We've had another interval, so move down the plank, making it harder. Ooh, big transition. Madison and Nick couldn't do the transition correctly, so Nick, you will not be winning your immunity challenge today. We have 3 people left. They are Abby, Peter, and Callie fighting it out for immunity. Everybody stays strong so far. This could be very tight. Congratulations, you've made it another 5 minutes in. So we now have you can now take one more step forward. This is the final placement for you guys. Ooh, Abby couldn't quite get the transition across. She's out of this challenge, which means we're down to Peter and Callie fighting it out for immunity. These two have stayed, seemingly strong for the entire challenge. This is not an easy challenge though. We've seen some, pretty good challenge beasts lose it early. Are you talking to me? You're kind of who I was referring to. Thank you. These two are staying strong still. You've gone for 20 minutes. Oh, shortly after that milestone, Callie falls, meaning Peter wins immunity and is safe from the vote. Congratulations, Peter, on winning immunity, guaranteed spot in the final 5. As for the rest of you guys, Tribal Council tonight, where somebody will be the 13th person voted out of this game and the 6th member of the jury. It will not be you. Alright, grab your stuff back to camp. I'll see you guys tonight. So, I didn't think I was going to win today's challenge. But, you know, as the bigger names like Nick and Roger started to fall, I felt like I had a chance, so I'm not really complaining about this. It feels a little weird for a Brawl member like me to come last in a challenge you'd expect someone like me to win. However, I don't think it's necessarily that bad. I mean, I've been told that I might have to watch my social game because it could paint me as a target. And maybe people will want to keep me around thinking they can beat me. Now, I know I've already won an immunity challenge, that might not be true, but who knows, maybe people think that maybe Roger is, you know, getting tired or something, being out here for so long that he won't win a final immunity challenge. I don't know. You know, it might be bad for me because I could be targeted, it might be good at the same time. We'll have to see. Well, with Peter immune, who do we go for? Who do you think? Well, maybe Abby. I mean, she's like, she's not a threat, but she's the other one we would have gone for, I guess. It's just an easy vote. I guess that's simple then. Yeah, I guess I'm down to do it. So obviously Madison, well, we're not going to tell Madison about the plan to take out Roger. She thinks we're voting for Abby, which is good. I still think Roger is the best move. I mean, I like the guy. He didn't do very well in the immunity challenge today. You know, he could be getting a little bit, you know, tired, finding it hard to compete. But I still feel like, you know, if we bring him too far and he gets to the end, which I reckon he could, he'll still win. So tonight is the time to take him out, I feel. Hey. Hey Nick, what do you want? Can I talk to you guys? Sure, why not? So, I've been thinking, Roger is a big social threat, so I'm wondering if you guys would like to take him out. No way. What's wrong? I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't think you guys would flip. Well, I've been looking at it. I'm not 100% sure about Kelly because I haven't told Madison because, you know, that connection, but I think Kelly might be closer to Madison than me, so at best we'll have a 3v3. Huh. That's pretty good in my opinion, actually, because I wanted to do that, so yeah, I'm completely down. Sure, I guess I'll come along with it. Okay, I'm not sure if Nick is 100% genuine, but if he is, this is a great turn of events because I wanted Roger gone. I think he is the bigger threat here, and no one seems to see it. I mean, he's been in the middle a couple times, he's a social player, he needs to go. And Nick wanting to do the same thing honestly helps, and Kelly considering maybe doing it also helps because that would be a 4. And that would be enough to send Roger home, which would be perfect for my game. And he must go. I think if he gets to the end, he has a high chance of winning. I think that's why Nick wants to do this. Also, at the same time, I know I shouldn't 100% trust Nick because it could be a reason he's trying to make me feel confident so I don't potentially play an idol. But that doesn't make much sense to me because, well, I don't have an idol to begin with. So what do you think of that? Oh, I love it. That's a great idea. We should do it. Well, I guess I'll go along with it. I mean, it makes sense. How do we know he's not trying to pull a fast one? Yet, I know that there's a chance of that happening, but well, what position are we in to say no? I mean, we're not going to get, you know, Madison to vote for Roger. I mean, I wanted Roger out anyway, so I mean, look, okay. Let's start from the beginning here, okay? It's 3v3 essentially if Roger is to stick with us, right? And that side knows that they have to flip somebody. A high chance they're going to try and flip Roger because of the connection, right? So Roger is the person they try to flip. So Nick coming up to us and saying, let's take out Roger, it kind of just seems a bit, you know, it seems like the most realistic thing to do. And I have a feeling it is realistic enough for me to trust him. So I think Roger is what we're going to be doing tonight. Oh, I guess I'll have to trust it. Well, I guess we're going to do it. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Nick. He is the kind of person who did throw me and Ashley under the bus a couple times, and I kind of have wanted to take him out a little bit. The only reason why I haven't really been able to is because, well, Ashley went out in the first merge tribal council, and he continuously wins immunity challenges. So that's where I sit. The truth is I don't know if I'm being played by Nick, and I don't really care because I've got the necklace, and if I am being played, it's Abby who'll be going home. That obviously doesn't spring good for me if Abby does go home, the next, well, round is pretty bad for me because then I'm reliant on another win. However, I have more time here, and the more time I'm here, the more chaos and hopefully I can ensue, and then hopefully it leads to me making it to the end. So that's obviously a good thing. But we'll have to see. I hope Roger goes home tonight, I really do. Hey Roger, what do you want? Who are you guys voting for tonight? Well, we were going to vote for Peter, but he won immunity, so we're going to vote for Abby. Well, I guess I'm fine to do that. I mean, I like her, but I'd much rather stick with you guys, so Yeah, I'm cool to do that. Alright, cool. I feel a little evil to vote for Roger because, well, I like him, but I know it's the best thing for my game. And I know it because I want to win the game, and at the end of the day, you know, you're here to win $1 million. And if Roger goes, you know, that's a target out of my book to potentially win the game. So I need him gone. And it hurts me, but it's beneficial for my game, and it's something that I have to do. I'm just thinking, what is it? Well, how do we know that Roger doesn't have an idol? Huh, that's a good point. I mean, we can either try and, like, figure it out, or we can split the vote, or we could just, like, try and convince him not to play it if he does. Well, I think I can sort this out, actually, so just leave it to me. Sure. So, I want to take out Roger, but I'm also curious about a potential idol play. Now, obviously I want to find out if he has the idol or not, and obviously get him not to play it. And so, I don't know how I'm going to go about it, because I can't straight up say that, hey, we're going to vote for you. So I need to think about this cleverly. And if, I might even have to go a bit balls to the wall here with my approach to this. In any way I can make sure that Roger has the idol when he's not going to play it is the main objective. Hey Roger. Oh, hey Peter. What do you want? Well, I've got some alarming news for you. So I really like you, and I kind of think this is a bit harsh, but Kelly, Nick, and Abby are voting for you. What? Yeah. So, I mean, we can try and tie the vote. However, I'm probably not going to go down to rock. So I guess the only thing we can do is try and find an idol, and I'm willing to help. Well, I mean, thank you for telling me. I've already got the idol, so you know, I guess we should play it. Well, that just saved us a bit of time then. So yeah, cool. If you play the idol, then you'll be safe. And then, well, who are you guys voting for? Well, probably Nick. I think he's probably the most physical out of anybody here. Okay, so we'll just take out Nick. Okay, so before you say, oh my god, what is he doing? I did that to try and find out if he had the idol or not. If he didn't, then, well, what am I meant to do? There's nothing he can really do. He can look for it, but, you know, I don't really know of time here, Roger. And secondly, now I know that he's got the idol, it's now up to me to try and make sure he doesn't play it. Now that's obviously going to be difficult after I just told him the plan. However, I'm going to wait maybe 30 minutes, go talk to him again and say there's a new plan coming up, and tell him what's going on, and hopefully now he then gets confused and then I convince him to play the idol on somebody else that isn't even getting targeted. So I said that I'll probably go balls to the walls with this approach, so I'm completely fine with this. Madison? Yeah? I've just been told by Peter that I'm the target tonight by Callie, Abby, and Nick. What? That's surprising. And he told you this? Yes. Well, I guess we have to believe him, don't we? Well, I've got the idol, so if I play the idol, and we vote for Nick, Nick goes home. I'm not against it. So, tonight's tribal, things are turning quickly. Peter told me that I'm the target, so if I play my idol, I nearly get 3 votes, and then we put 3 votes on Nick and he goes home. And I don't mind doing that because Nick, he's targeting me, and secondly, Nick, he's the strongest person here, and I really think physically is a good chance at winning this game because he'll get to the end and then the jury might say, well, this guy won so many immunity challenges, I respect that, let's vote for him. So I don't mind taking him out. Hey Peter. Are you confident? Well, yeah, because I wouldn't be. What? Why? What's going on? Well, Abby and Nick are voting for Kelly, and yeah, things are changing quick. So you're no longer picking up votes. So what happens now? Well, you can either let Kelly go home. However, if you still want to, I would suggest playing the idol for Kelly, and because, well, it's the only way to take out Nick, because you and Madison will vote for Nick, he goes, and then, well, Kelly will vote for you, and then, I mean, I can't really go against my word here, because I kind of promised that I would vote for Kelly. So, if you play your idol, you and Madison will have complete power. Huh. Well, that's certainly a change of events. So according to Peter, the game has changed very quickly. First of all, Kelly's now the target, and that's really confusing because that changed really quickly. And when I look at it, yeah, Kelly's physical, she gets along well with a few people, she's got a good strategic game, so it doesn't surprise me that she's getting targeted. The main thing that confuses me is how quickly it changed. And it took about 20-30 minutes, and I'm thinking, well, for a move, it doesn't make sense, but it's definitely not out of the ordinary in my opinion. So I might play my idol for Kelly. However, I'm also thinking that I could be being played here because there's a big change in events really quickly, and that's a bit suspicious in my opinion. So I also could just go ahead and play the idol for me and get through the tribal council. You know, if Kelly goes home, that's good. That doesn't really affect me, but it would be nice to keep her around. Welcome, Alpamayo tribe, to another tribal council. First things first, we're bringing the members of the jury. Ashley, Ben, Tina, Ethan, and Damien, voted out at the last tribal council. Alright, Peter, how does it feel to have the necklace after what was probably the most crazy tribal council of the season? Yeah, tribal was crazy, and obviously having the necklace is a good feeling. We're very close to the end now, Jeff, and just having this necklace is good. I know I'm at the final 5, which it's cool, but there's still more work to be done. So Nick, you obviously are now tied for the record with many other, well, great Survivor players, but normally when people win 4 challenges, they then go home if they lose one. Do you feel like that could happen to you? I reckon it could, Jeff. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but I hope I am still here so I can beat that record, because if I go home tonight 1 win away from that record, that would be pretty disappointing, wouldn't it? Well, Madison, how do you feel? Big tribal council, large tribal. Are we going to see something similar? I wouldn't be surprised if we do, because this season's gone, well, very interesting. It's been very unpredictable, I feel, and I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens again. Abby, how do you feel? I feel nervous, Jeff. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that I'm not going home, but I feel like I might make the wrong decision that will then make me be targeted at the next tribal. So all I've got to do is just stick to my, the plan that my alliance came up with, and hopefully that's good enough for tonight. Alright, with that it is. Time to vote. Kelly, you'll start us off. They say to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and right now you're the man, so I've got to vote you out. Sorry. Nick, you threw my name out there, then you threw Kelly's name out there. I don't even know if that's true, but anyway, I think you've got to go home tonight. I'll go tally the votes. Alright, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Yeah, Jeff, I would like to play one. I would like to play this for me tonight. No, Roger, don't do it. What was that, Peter? Don't do it. Don't play it for you, play it for Kelly. Play it for Kelly, you're being played here. I'm telling you, Kelly's the one they're voting for. What's going on? Trust me. Kelly's the one they're voting for. You're being played here. I'm telling you, if you put that on yourself, you only regard 1 vote. I'm telling you, that's what's happening. Put it on Kelly. Well, I guess I'm playing this for Kelly tonight. So Roger, just to make sure you're playing this for Kelly tonight? Yes, I am. Alright, this is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast for Kelly will not count. I'll read the votes. First vote, Nick. Second vote, Nick. That's 2 votes, Nick. Third vote, Roger. That's 2 votes, Nick. 1 vote, Roger. 3 votes left. Fourth vote, Roger. That's 2 votes, Roger. 2 votes, Nick. 2 votes left. Fifth vote, Roger. That's 3 votes, Roger. 2 votes, Nick. 1 vote left. The final vote. And the 13th person voted out and the 6th member of the jury. Roger. Roger, that's 4. That's enough for tonight. I'll need you to bring me your torch. Roger, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, once again, you guys have done something I didn't expect from you guys. Honestly, this has been a pretty unpredictable season. Will it remain that way? We'll see. We've got 2 more tribal councils to go before we have our final and then our jury. So, grab your torches back to camp. Good night. I'm very hurt right now.
I mean, like, it just kind of hurts because I trusted Peter. I mean, I probably shouldn't have. I had a feeling I probably shouldn't have, but I trusted him. And I got played, so good for him, but like, I thought it was a bit harsh, you know? I didn't think I deserved that.
I put in so much effort. I put in so much effort to grow my game from a position where I didn't feel like I was in a great position. Probably the oldest person out here other than Phil at the beginning of this game, and then, you know, what was once a hopeful dream has just been shattered.